As, look at this here. They're just going to send it out wide, going all the way toward A side, Dan. They actually pushed him all the way back in the defender side. What a smoke, too, to just isolate them. And then they take A in a very, very unconventional way.
Vulnerable here on B, so why don't we just keep this trainer going? And instead, we get the spike down on A here.
They're just going to go and just, oh my goodness, they fly right through there. Sinatra's going to be dancing around this corner, making its way from C. That will be for the orb, so that's an objective 1 for them. A little bit of value that they're going to be able to get out of this round here, but Subroza goes right for it, swings, and is going to knock it out of the park, leaving just 2 players now for Sentinels to be tucked away over here by C6, dealing with a lot of this pressure. The spike is actually going to be right in front, but they're not just going to concern themselves with that because they know
Window control here in the early stages, but they could be actually spotted quite early because you can see 2 players set up on the B site for Sentinels, and ShahZaM's in the perfect spot with the op as well. This is just a fantastic hold.
completely stopping that attempt there. Dapr keeping in the camera state too, so gets the tag and now knows that this is going to be happening over yonder by the A site, and they'll just wait this out. The tag there, I just like the cheeky play with the camera. I think that ShahZaM did a brilliant job of just emphasizing the camera use that we're seeing from these players. It's just great that people are... Yeah, Dapr has to give up a lot of real estate there. Just to wait for his teammates to get to him, but now push is going to come in. They do manage to get onto the site. Hazed, though, a clean pick onto Dapr as he tried to get back in there and take possession of the site that he was in charge of. Doesn't really work out for him. ShahZaM located up top heaven. Wardell has an angle on that. So if ShahZaM does move around, and it is an angle that you're not always going to expect, and that's why Wardell manages to get the kill there against ShahZaM. And an orbital strike comes in as well, is going to deny Sick an opportunity to make an impact. That's just going to prompt them to have to back away from this one, Sentinels.
I feel like they need to contest A-Long a little bit better in those scenarios, otherwise they might find TSM continuously doing that.
Well, TSM, they're just going to march on to C. This is almost shades of what we saw in that last round, except opposite side of the map. TSM will manage to get this spike down. Let's see how the post plant's going to be. So 2 players actually hanging out further back. Subroza is going to be playing this angle by the box, but we'll have the support on the cross. That blaze wall was something that they did last time, and look at this there. He actually goes into it because he didn't really have many options. Now it's going to be open. But Wardell, in a rare instance, doesn't hit the shot, though. Drone, 2 kills for him. Cutler does manage to find one of his own.
I don't fancy A site right now. They're all gathering up. One's going to be heading towards double doors, and the rest are going to be going long, and run it back will gain the information, and it won't gain a kill.
It does not. He also heard that flash happen behind him too, but there goes the big flash, and unfortunately for Sick, it's not enough though. 2 kills coming in favor of TSM. They're just just a beautiful smoke isolating them. They'll get this spike down, and Subroza inside of window. He's in the garage like this, right? Like, you know that a player is going to be here to try and hold this area, and Subroza is so comfortable and confident in holding that. Even with 50 HP, he's still going to look to contribute as much as possible, and he does just that. Now knowing where that last player is going to be, the options are severely limited.
A double if they're going to win the round. And then post plants have been phenomenal as well. The smokes have really helped them. And now we can see Sinatraa try and tag something with the Hunter's Fury, and he does actually take down Drone.
First came out, everyone was like, yeah, Hunter's Fury is okay for a few of them. Oh, but now Sinatraa, man, he's just defied logic in this game. Also, though, Subroza has actually been unbelievable on Phoenix. Unfortunately for him, though, the constantly amazing ShahZaM does manage to connect with that kill. Sinatraa, he's just wait this one out now. As him and Dapr are going to make their way up.
Revealing area.
Camera's not really going to give him what he's looking for, but they're just clear across the other side. They're going in for a flank, and Sinatra's playing this one out. So this is interesting because Sinatra's now exposed himself, but that's a weakened Cutler, and he sticks it and he gets it. Camera, but not about like the reality that with a Sova. Oh my goodness! So that with the time ticking, their attention will have to be put toward taking some kind of control in mid. Zombs is going to have a tough job ahead of him with no utility, no Molly to try and deny that. with that kill, though, will manage to get that orbital strike, but oh my, doesn't even need it. That brief moment of delay so that they can just properly reposition. Sick does drift out. There goes the orbital strike now. If it comes through, it doesn't find a target, but it does allow TSM to be able to get onto this site here. You have two players located inside, and there goes another camera. An orbital strike now is coming through here, but Zombs, he fries them! Fries, Hazed, and Drone. Spike's still not down yet. Cutler needs to work along this with Wardell. He's trying to see if he can get some kind of intel from that camera. And there goes the neural theft. So now this will give them something to work with, and Wardell, watching this connector from the defender side, is going to be able to secure himself one. Just look at that blaze wall too. From up top and down low, it just slows him down. It doesn't allow him to corner plant as well. They just have no options, but Wardell's going to have blades out. It could have been unfortunate. Dapr is going to have just a tall task ahead of him, but he does manage to get one, so the value is certainly going to be there. A site once again for them to be able to take. Now, as far as the host plant goes and what TSM can work with, they will have that Hunter's Fury. In case things get just a little out of control, they can try and stall that out. So look out for that Sova to be in a comfortable position far away. They're just trying to get the intel as to where Sentinels are going to be located here, but I do think, though, that they have to be mindful of this, too. A few kills starting to come online for both teams, keeping this one as even as this matchup can possibly be. And Sick with the delay. There goes the Hunter's Fury, just as I said. Not a shocker. And there, he's just going to hold this one out, and he goes in for another one. Can't get the third one because he waited too long, so now he has to go in for the challenge. So they played it very well, but the problem is that he is not going to be able to get there in time. They're fluid. They move around the map so well, and they're constantly giving themselves new openings and new peaks.
You know what's funny is just seeing these Cypher cameras just being used consistently at A, because both teams worried about the amount of A presence because there's been so many fights at A so far, but Smokes will go down to try and defend this C push.
Great angle for Zombs. Hazed had a lot to worry about when he was coming onto the site there, so Zombs getting a few of those kills is nice, but here comes... Oh!
There is going to be presence shown at both sides of the map, though.
They're running double op and Odin, man. That is ridiculous. And Subroza, I think he wanted to pop Blaze Wall there. It looked like that was the animation that the Phoenix was doing. So ShahZaM just Blade Storm backs away. He'll just get out of dodge and not worry too much about that one. Meanwhile, over at the B site, guess who's going to be waiting for them? It's Odin. And a few of those shots are actually going to go through. He could play the corners and get a few of those kills there, but you know, at the end of the day, right, the way that they just charge into this
towards A site, maybe something similar here, or maybe just a commitment to B. No, it looks like they're going to go for something pretty much identical, but I think it's going to be a plant into B this time, just while showing presence in the A link.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of space there because they were just waiting to see if the commitment came in, but they full sent it, so now they're able to get that spike down. Look out for Hazed, though. He's lingering out on the outside. They're going to need to worry about this mid player here in a moment. A molly to clear that cubby is going to be very important, considering people will hang out there. A few smokes to give them some block. If he gets his kill, that would be big, but there goes ShahZaM again, and the round is over in a blink of an eye.
This and the way he utilizes it alongside the Sova is magnificent.
They're going to bully their way onto B site. No one's there to really stop them. Some players will be coming in from the flank, but Dapr's there to handle some business. Drone from the distance where the shorty gets a kill in there. Sinatraa going for the common wallbang spot. Oh no, oh no. And here we go, but Wardell still didn't die, and I'm sure that, you know, had he gotten the kill, maybe this round actually turns out a little bit differently, though. Now Zombs does try to equal the odds wire. And he's just running for this, so they now have to pay attention to him because he managed to get here, which caused a distraction. And they follow up from it. Hazed gets on site, he's checking all the corners there. There was just too many angles, too much business for him to handle. Now it's just up to Wardell with 18 HP. I think you just got to count your blessings and try and get out of there. But Wardell, wise to it, does move. Two players are going to be stuck on the site here as Cutler does what he can with that Sheriff, and ShahZaM from outside. Now, be careful about that flank, ShahZaM. That will be something that could be a really bad day for you if you're not too careful, but you'll be playing the Cubby, and he's anticipating this, so this is basically just going to be Hazed walking right into the scope.
Because of that, Wardell again on the half buy, only going to have the half armor alongside the op, so he's not going to be at full strength. There's the drone again to A short, but this time Subroza trying to take back a little bit of presence here, but Sinatraa denies it. But the Molotov, the hot hands, it was good.
Yeah, that was a genius play, because you play the hot hands there because you know a player's inside of that cyber cage. Then they obviously pick up another one, so they're running into this site with 3 players here as Wardell just repositions.
Look at this at C-site.
Get out of my way.
They're inside and Wardell's just waiting. He's waiting, and he's actually gonna, he's just biding his time. Oh, he's gonna shoot him right in the butt. Oh, dude, that is rough. Oh, Wardell. 2 kills ends the hopes of that. Dapr's going to be stuck inside of mid. Will manage to pick up the kill. Could maybe build upon that, but it will be a Herculean task to do so, considering that camera's waiting for him once he walks outside. So he's going to walk right and be seen by millions of people across the world. Oh, there he is. It's called out, so they know exactly where he's going to be. They can play this one accordingly here. There goes the harass from Sinatraa onto the site. Hunter's Fury, though, is going to try and slow their roll here as they get on. A lot of tags are going to go in their benefit. Despite that, though, Sinatraa gets the kill on Cutler, who was patrolling around a site. Now, we're going to see this retake for TSM, maybe, but Orbital Strike slows down that plant. Now, Hazed being mindful of this, but there was going to be a cross from Sinatraa. 2 kills for him. Only going to leave just Drone alive. And
Sentinels did string together 6 rounds in a row, of course, and maybe TSM could do the same thing.
The fact that Subroza in those moments, right, is going to be good for 2 gives TSM all the confidence in this round. Can't lace together a few kills here if you're Cutler. Now, it leaves the camera for a moment, but will spam through. Does a sizable amount of damage to those players. Everyone's going to be tagged up and weakened because of that. There goes the shot start from Drone, and it lands on ShahZaM. A perfect lineup. They're going to reattempt to go for this again, which a spike gets down, but now it's just up to Sinatraa. 49 HP. But it ain't gonna matter.
In this much control at A, and actually now Sentinels using the cyber cage just to keep control of A lobby.
And Cutler gets very aggressive up top. So he's holding this, and they're worried about Wardell, right? Because he's watching the lane.
Well, that's a spike.
But if they come through, and the spike's down too, which makes it even worse. But once they push that, Cutler's right there. He waits for one, and now he can just continue to play this angle. Big tag up there for Sinatraa. He dances around that, makes it into a 2v2. They do manage to regain the spike again. The issue is that, yeah, they're going to be very weak. And Subroza, he's waiting right by the attacker side in an off angle that you're just not going to expect. You're not going to expect this. Subroza wins that one, for example, which I would remember in the beginning of this game, players were just throwing shot darts out like it was free candy just all the time. And now you're seeing them save it for lineups after the plant, and just trying to prevent plants in some instances. Subroza now, as the action continues here, goes right in with the run it back. He's waiting for some aggression. That's going to be a flash to give him some kind of respite there for a moment, but it actually ends up not even being the case as ShahZaM dived right into it. Thankfully, Cutler was there to wait for him. The orbital strike comes through as they'll now march on to the A site. Spike is going to go down. I think we are going to see a shock dart land, and that is going to hurt a lot of members of Sentinels. Dapr, though, does manage to pick up a kill. Looking up top, that player in the heaven could be a problem. Spike is down, though, despite that shock dart coming in at a great moment and applying some pressure. Now things are actually just going to slow down a little bit here as Cutler's playing from inside the connector. They do manage to get the tag on 2, but where is going to be that 3rd player? Where is Zombs? They swing for this one, and Wardell, this is it. It boils down to Wardell, and there you have it, folks. Sentinels managed to pick